Welcome back to the series of sessions on C++ for the beginners. We had already discussed about the introduction to C++ and the structure of C++ program. Now we are moving on to a sample C++ program. Okay. So how does a C++ program looks like? As we have discussed earlier, we will be starting with only two sections in a program, that is the header file section and the main function section. So in the header file section, the minimum requirement is we add the iostream.h header file in order to have the input and output streaming. So first of all, let us add #include iostream.h header file. The console input output header file is not mandatory. If you feel like it is to be added, you can add, or otherwise you can avoid that also. Now the next section we are moving on to is the main function section. In main function section, we are using a keyword main, M-A-I-N. It is to be written in small letters, M-A-I-N. It is to be written in small letters. Since it is a function, we have to represent it using two brackets, which says that it is a function. Please take care that the all the letters of main are small case letters. Also, you should specify the return type of the main function as integer, preferably. You can either write int or write void. Okay, so here you can see I have written #include iostream.h and then the main function with two brackets which represents that it is a function. Then before the main I have written int, which represents that its return type is integer, and after the main two curly brackets were written, inside which we are going to write the definition of the program, what all things are to be done. Okay, this is the minimum requirement. When we are using the return type of main as int, we have to write return 0 and a semicolon, which represents that the function will be returning 0. Okay, so this is the minimum requirement of a C++ program. #include iostream.h, which is the header file part, and then int main, then two curly brackets and return 0. Int main is the function which marks the beginning of the program. So this is the basic skeleton. Now we are moving on to writing a number of programs. In order to write the programs, you can use the Turbo C++ compiler that can be downloaded free, or there are a number of online compilers, C++ compilers available. You can use that also. Let us just search for some of the online compilers for C++. C++ online compilers. Okay, let us search for that. And I am taking one of the online compilers. Say it is online gdb.com. Here you can see that the black window is the area where we will be writing the program, and the answer will be appearing at the bottom, the white area. Okay. So here you can see include iostream. Here .h is not written because the compiler understands that it is a header file. So in this compiler you need not specify iostream.h. You can write #include in less than greater than symbol. Inside that you have to write iostream. Then there is an additional line using namespace standard. in this compiler, what they have followed is all the variable declarations are done in the namespace called standard, and we are using that particular namespace. So for the program, we have to write using namespace standard. And so the first two lines are now finalized, hash include IOStream and using namespace standard. Then, as we have discussed, we have the main function part. There you will be writing int main and two brackets. Then in the curly brackets, you will be writing return 0. In addition to that, they have written cout, two less than symbols, and in double quotes, hello world is written. Cout is the output streaming function which can be accessed by the programmer since he has included IOStream header file. Okay, so what happens? We can just run the program. It is compiling and we can see the result. What it is written? It is written hello world. That is whatever is written inside the double quotes has been printed on the screen as the output. Here we can write, say, break the chain, and you have to run the program again. Now you can see the break the chain has appeared there. So whatever you want to show on the screen can be written inside the double quotes of the function cout, which is written as all small letters COUT, two less than symbols, and inside the double quotes whatever you want to print on the screen can be typed. Okay, that was a simple program. Say, let us move on to one of the very common program, like we want to add two numbers. So, we will be storing two numbers in the computer, and I want the computer to add two numbers and print the answer. Okay, to store the numbers, as I have discussed earlier, we need variables. Variables are the names given to the memory locations where we store data. Okay, so I need two integer numbers. What is integer? Integers are whole numbers that they are not having decimal points. Okay, so I am going to declare two integer numbers, say a comma b, and I need the answer in C. So A, B, and C are the memory locations for which I am going to store the values. Say A is having a value 2 and B is having a value 5, and I need the answer in the variable called C. So I want to add A and B. So what I need to write, add A and B means I can write A plus B. And the answer I need to store into the location called C. So you have to write C equal to A plus B. Since the statement ends there, you have to put a semicolon. Okay, so now what happens? The memory location data in the memory location A and data in memory location B will be added, and the result will be stored into the memory location called C. So what you want is, now you want to display the answer. Whatever computer has calculated, you want to display. So what I am writing is cout, two less than symbols, and C. Here you need not type the double quotes because you don't want to display just C. You want to display the value inside the variable called C. So you will be writing just C. It is not in double quotes. Now you can see the 7 is appearing there because A was 2 and B was 5. So the answer is 7. Okay. So what happens if we write this C in double quotes? We'll just see. Okay. What happens if we type C in double quotes? You can just see that C, because we have written C inside double quotes, just C appeared. I need the value that is stored in the memory location called C. In that case, you should not type it as in double quotes, but you should but what you should do, you should remove the double quotes and uh, okay, and run the program. Then you will be able to see the answer, which is 7. Okay, now you can format the answer whatever you want. You can format the answer also. Say, I want to print like 2 plus 5 equal to 7. If I want to print like that, you can write, say, A plus B equal to C. But this plus symbol, when you write Cout A will be on the screen. Then you want to place the plus symbol on the screen. So in order to make it appear as the plus symbol, you have to put it inside the double quotes. Then you want the value inside B. So B should not be in double quotes. Now you want equal to be appear as it is. So you put it inside the double quotes. Now you want the C there. Okay. Now just see what is happening. Now you can see the answer is 2 plus 5 equal to 7. Okay. So in that way you can format the result as you want. Now my next requirement is I want to give the input values, like it is in this case always the program will display 2 plus 5 equal to 7, but the next step is I want the user to enter the numbers to be added. So I don't want to store it initially, but the user will be entering two numbers and the computer must add the numbers which is entered by the user. So in that case, you must declare the variables A, B and C because they are the locations. Okay. And you have to accept the numbers A and B. So first of all, we should tell the user that you should enter two numbers. So we are going to give a cout statement where I am writing enter two numbers. So the user will understand that the computer is waiting to receive two numbers. On seeing that, the user will enter two numbers. So in order to accept those two numbers, I am writing C in A and B. So what happens when I enter the first number, it will go to A, and when I enter the second number, it will go to B. After that, C equal to A plus B means A and B will be added and the answer will be stored to the location called C. Then, as in the previous case, the result will be printed on the screen. Let us just see. Enter two numbers they are asking. Then I am typing say 23. Then I want 40, 34. Okay, 23 and I want 34. Okay, then it came 23 plus 34 equal to 57. So I have made the computer to accept two numbers and process the numbers and then output the numbers. Okay, this is a very simple program. You can also try with different combinations, multiplication, division, whatever you want, and practice the program. Thank you.